The greatest thing about climbing Mount Everest is that you don't have to do it. Honestly, the mountain is trying to kill you the entire time. Firstly, you need to pay between $30,000 and $100,000 for the privilege of freezing your organs off. You need a permit, gear, oxygen, a Sherpa to guide you up the mountain, and hopefully a good life insurance policy. Then you have to spend weeks acclimating your body at base camp. Because the base camp alone is already 17,600 feet above sea level, which is already gonna put a massive strain on your body. And when you actually start climbing and you hit 26,000 feet, you're in what they call the death zone, where your body literally begins to shut down. At this point, it's incredibly hard to breathe. Your digestion stops and your brain literally slows down and can even swell up. And for reference, here's a map of all of the bodies currently on Mount Everest. These are the ones in the death zone. If you pass away on Mount Everest, they literally leave you there and you become an unofficial trail marker. Because you can't safely retrieve a body when you are already starved of oxygen and actively dying yourself. If you finally make it to the summit, don't expect a peaceful moment at the top. There are often traffic jams right before you reach the summit. You could be stuck waiting in a line like this to have your moment at the top of Mount Everest while your body is actively shutting down. So yeah, the best part about climbing Mount Everest is that you don't have to do it.
Please, anybody, I'm stuck in this blizzard on Everest. I can't see the route, I can't feel my fingers. If someone can get to me, I'll pay you $50,000, I'm serious. Just I need help. I can't see anything out here. The blizzard came out of nowhere. I'm stuck on the face of the mountain. I don't know which way to go. My tent's down, my gear's getting buried. I can't feel my hands.
Hello guys, welcome once again to the channel. I hope wherever you're watching, you're having a great time. Now, we have seen many times whites coming together whenever they are fallen by tragedies, and they are always out there fighting for one another. They're always out there to try to find the best way they can assist one another. But then there is something that happened the other day that has really shocked me, that white people could turn on themselves. There was a group of almost 1,000 white people who are trapped in Mount Everest while they were hiking it, and because of high density of snow, these people did not have any other thing they could do because they were incapacitated by the sheer huge load of snow that had fallen in that mountain. And they came out on the social media crying for help and calling for people to come and assist them. But amid all this tragedy, whites who are back in the United States, who are at home, were laughing at them and asking them, why did you ever go to that place? It was an optional adventure that you chose to go to. Why call on us to help you again? So these clips were quite interesting, and I want you to take a listen to some of them that I've stitched here. Then I shall come back in the end to give my commentary. Let's watch this, come back and share our thoughts.
I'm on Everest. The blizzard just came out of nowhere. I can't see anything. It's freezing and we're stuck up here, man. If anyone sees us, please send help. The camp's gone. I don't even know.
Controversial take, but currently there are 1,000 people stuck on Everest. And I am in full support of let's go rescue those people and get them down. But once we do, can we be fucking done? You don't need to go there. Okay, nobody needs to go there. In fact, you have to pay thousands of dollars to go there. And when you do, bodies of people who also paid thousands of dollars to go there are sprinkled like breadcrumbs to lead your trail to your untimely death. And I know that might sound insensitive with what's going on right now, but currently there are loved ones and family members walking back and forth in a corner, desperately concerned that their loved one isn't coming home because they paid thousands of dollars because they're built different. Fuck off with this shit already.
It's another day up here. I'm still trapped on Everest. The storm hasn't stopped.
Listen, I'm white, but I'm not hike Mount Everest when there could possibly be a blizzard and get stuck on the side of a deadly mountain white. You know what I'm saying? Being poor saves me again. And also completely optional. There are 1,000 people, white people, mind you, stuck on the side of Mount Everest right now. Okay? And this is why other people say they will not partake in white people activities. And I don't blame them because, again, I'm not even white enough to voluntarily hike up the side of a mountain when there could possibly be a blizzard. Did we not check the weather app on our phone? Like, did you not click that open and be like, hey, there might be a blizzard while we're on the side of this deadly mountain. Maybe we should reschedule or just like not go at all? No, was never a thought. Prayers to the people stuck on the mountain. But once again, being poor saves me. Being poor saves me.
Keep seeing videos of people asking, why are people still trying to climb Mount Everest? And I can't tell if that's a hypothetical or a real question that they want an answer to. If it's the latter, I got you, and it's not at all profound. You'll be mind blown at how simple it is. It's white male supremacy. That's it. That's all. They have conquered nations. They have conquered animals. They have conquered human beings. They have subjugated everything literally under the sun. What is to make them think they cannot also conquer Mother Nature? They literally think that the world is their oyster, that there is nothing they cannot do, that they are stronger, in fact, than 30,000 foot elevations, climbing straight up, needing to bring your own oxygen. It's the same reason they cave dive with little regard for their wives, their children, their expectant wives. It's the reason they climb rocks that people really have no business climbing, because number one, they don't think anything could ever go wrong. Nothing could happen to them. They are superior to everyone. And secondly, they think, well, if something goes wrong, there'll be someone here to pick up the pieces. It's really not my business. It does not occur to them the ramifications of their insistence on conquering the world. And they've nearly done it. They've ruined the planet. You know, I mean, we all have, let's be real. But they don't consider the pushback of Mother Nature. They really think that they can like rope the wind and do anything that they want without consequences. And should they entertain those consequences, they just think, well, I won't be around to deal with it, so who cares? That's for somebody else to clean up, not me. And by now, I think most of us should really come to terms with the fact that why do people? The answer is, I would say 9 times out of 10, white supremacy and or patriarchy. Often a little bit of both. Whiteness makes you feel bulletproof. Being a man, a white man makes you feel doubly so. And you have little regard for anyone but yourself. So if something goes wrong, not your problem. And it probably won't go wrong because you're a white man and everything goes your way. That's it, that's all. Keep seeing videos of people asking,
wait, so you're gonna tell me that our world is literally crashing and burning and people are still choosing to go on to Mount Everest? Someplace where you can literally die trying to get up to? And now there's over like hundreds of people that are trapped on there because of a blizzard, and you want us to care about that right now? Seriously? Right now, I am more worried about the flotilla in Gaza than I am with the hundreds of people on Mount Everest. You know who should be on Mount Everest right now? MAGA people, since they hate the world the way that they do. They should just go up there.
Okay, this is my impression of Mount Everest. Here we go. Here we go again. Hey, little baby humans. You guys are so cute. I could just smush you. And I probably will. Wow, you guys brought a lot of friends this year. Look at all of your equipment and your oxygen. Hey, are those fucking yaks? Oh my God, the things you do to get up on this. It's ridiculous. Once again, you guys really underestimate me. Well, it looks like you're making a little bit of progress today. I think I'll fix that. Ooh. Didn't like that very much, did you? How about these guys over there? Oh, you fell down. You fell down. Oh my goodness. You know, I'm really not in the mood today, honestly. So how about I just let you go a little bit further and did I get them all? Oh no. Okay. Did you like that? You like that? That should do it. Oh man, I see some people coming to get you. You're lucky, you motherfuckers. Maybe next time, just take a photo. Do you know what I mean? All right, see you around.
I've been going down the Everest talk rabbit hole, and it seems like thousands of you have come with me. Now, am I the only one Googling things like this? Because I genuinely didn't know how. Are they all just slipping off and falling? So I found out, and I'm going to tell you guys, so if you really don't want to know, if it's too morbid, I get it. So one of the essential pieces of information that we all need to know when it comes to this is that anything above 8,000 meters, the human body is dying. There's just not enough oxygen for us to survive. Everest is 8,848 meters, so there's 848 meters that they have to climb up and get back down to be even vaguely okay, as quickly as they possibly can. Almost everyone dies. It's called the death zone. That's where they die. So that lack of oxygen is one of the reasons people die, because their brains aren't functioning properly. And they can make decisions or mistakes that cost them their lives. The Sleeping Beauty story, for example, where she just sat down out of exhaustion, sat there for years with her backpack behind her, with people just walking past her, just... So one of the other reasons people die is because of the equipment setup. You can see here, it can take quite a long time because the mountain's changing all the time, and it can take a while for them to get the equipment set up and people go up it or across it or whatever. Now, obviously they have oxygen masks. Sometimes these can run out. They have to get down by 2 p.m. They have to start descending, or they can run out of oxygen, or it gets too dark and it's just too cold and stormy. It gets more stormy in the afternoons. This is just insane. I wanted to show it to you. And this one, holy fuck. So there's also things like avalanches, altitude sickness, people not acclimatizing right, frostbite, hypothermia, ice falls, and literally just slipping. I'm so far into this rabbit hole, guys, I do not think I can ever get out. As you know, I've been going down the Everest talk rabbit hole, and it seems like thousands of you have come with tons of litter up Everest. And from what we all know, there's absolutely tons of litter up Everest. And from what I can tell, it's because the people climb up with all the stuff that they need. And on the way down, they're so fucking exhausted from doing something so ridiculous that they can't be asked to bring it down. And so what happens is, in the off-season, the Sherpas or the guides have to go up there and tidy up. And a lot of it is things like these oxygen canisters. I'm guessing they just don't want to bring them down because they're so goddamn heavy. Look at this absolute ton of shit. And speaking of shit, you're gonna love this one. This is a lovely pile of poop bags. Now, what's been happening in the past is that people have been shitting all over Everest. I don't believe always in bags, but I'm not going to show you actual shit. Now, what happens is, because it's so cold up there, it doesn't decompose, it just stays. But then during the warmer months, it all melts, but then it goes into the water system that goes down into the villages below, basically contaminating people's water. So there have been new rules put in place now, and people get seriously punished if they don't bring their own shit down. Anyone else feel a bit sick? So we all know
the way that Everest is getting so much attention right now. I have never in my life understood the willingness to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars with no guarantee of making it up or down safely. Now, I have known several people who have summited Everest, and it is their entire personality. Like, there is nothing else they need to talk about for the rest of their life because everybody asks about it. They talk about it over and over and over again. So I get it. That's your whole personality. But so many people have to be put into harm's way and danger and make so little money doing it. The Sherpas, minimum wage, nothing. And they risk their life every moment. I don't know how anybody lives that way. And I truly will never understand why people continue to climb this mountain. It literally is called the death zone. They have a death zone. Bodies are not meant to be there.
So apparently 1,000 white hikers immigrated to Mount Everest and apparently got stuck in a blizzard, and now they're going to have to be rescued, but I'm assuming other white people. So my question is, what are you guys having for dinner? Because I'm about to go to the store and I kind of have some ideas, but I'm not sure yet.
I've seen so much about Mount Everest on my For You page and how busy it's gotten. You have to check this out. So clearly people are flocking to Everest to climb it and get to the summit, and the fact that there is line in the mountains that high up to climb is just kind of crazy. It's honestly like a tourist attraction now, instead of being something that only like top climbers could accomplish. Now a lot of people can accomplish, which is very interesting to me. I am not a climber myself, so I don't really know what it all entails, but I wonder, could just like an average person with maybe some training go up there? I don't know, but let me know your thoughts in the comments.
On today's episode of White People Shit That I Will Never Understand, there's almost 1,000 over under somewhere around there people stuck on Mount Everest right now because of a blizzard or a snowstorm or whatever the hell it was. Why are you up there? It's beautiful, don't get me wrong, but no one paid you to go up there. No one made you go through any of that, and you just went up there of your own free will, and now you're stuck. That is white people shit I will never understand. You couldn't pay me enough. No thank you. I will sit in a cabin on a mountain, warm and cozy, in front of a fire, and if I want to see a mountain view, I will do something reasonable and pretty and high, but not that. I hope everybody returns safely. Stop doing weird white people shit.
So, what do you think about those people stuck on the top of Mount Everest?
Cat Williams said it best. That is Caucasian from the mountains of Caucasus.
Some of these.
She calls it the death zone, but how dangerous is it really, and why? Well, to date, 340 people have gone to climb Mount Everest and haven't made it back. The death zone is the part of the mountain above 8,000 meters, and it's not uncommon for hikers to actually see bodies on their journey there because the conditions are so extreme that they can't even be recovered. The reasons people don't make it back from Everest include avalanches, exhaustion, falls, and high altitude sickness, including extra swelling in the brain and fluid building up in the lungs. Overcrowding on the mountain can increase these risks, causing queues to the summit, which is why the Nepalese government is trying to control that, being tighter with the permits. Climbers can reduce their risks by having 3 to 4 liters of water daily, having carbohydrate-rich meals, avoiding alcohol and caffeine, and climbing up slowly, making sure to stop if you have signs of altitude sickness like headache, nausea, or excessive fatigue. Some trekkers even use drugs to avoid altitude sickness like acetazolamide, but these should always be done under medical supervision. Would you try it?
Listen, I'm white, but I'm not hike Mount Everest when there could possibly be a blizzard and get stuck on the side of a deadly mountain white. You know what I'm saying? Being poor saves me again. And also completely optional. Completely optional. There are 1,000 people, white people, mind you, stuck on the side of Mount Everest right now. Okay? And this is why other people say they will not partake in white people activities. And I don't blame them, because again, I'm not even white enough to voluntarily hike up the side of a mountain when there could possibly be a blizzard. Did we not check the weather app on our phone? Did you not click that open and be like, hey, there might be a blizzard while we're on the side of this deadly mountain. Maybe we should reschedule or just not go at all? No, was never a thought. Prayers to the people stuck on the mountain. But once again, being poor saves me. Being poor saves me.
As long as it means they can get to the top. Meaning, there are a lot of situations where, people will, fall or something, but like we'll be within reach or whatever, but they just continue on anyways because like they're gonna possibly lose their investment. It's fucking crazy, but like if you go in the comment sections on some of these videos, you really need to read what other people are saying about Everest. Like other people's opinions might change your opinion on Everest, because as a kid I used to see the movies and hear about people that did it, and I'd be like, man, these guys are fucking crazy, but they got brass balls, they're like heroic. And like now that I'm older, I'm realizing there's nothing really heroic about this shit. Like they abuse these Sherpas that go up with them, the locals that they task to help them get up Everest, the people that are like experts. Like these people go up and down that fucking mountain so much.
I just go back.
There's about 1,000 people stranded as we speak on Mount Everest due to a heavy storm that was unexpected, that is burying people alive. And this woman was lucky enough to survive. Her expedition started off with smiles, lovely people just trying to make it to the top when a severe storm took over, like never seen before. This is something they've never seen before at Mount Everest, and there's close to 1,000 people stranded as we speak. And at one point, she thought she was not going to make it. People flock by the thousands, the tens of thousands every single year to climb the highest peak on the planet, which is Mount Everest, and they pay Sherpas, which are local guides that help carry things up there for them to help them on their trip. By the way, it costs around 60 to 70 to 80,000, upwards sometimes of $100,000 to take this trip. I hope these people are okay.
Bro, I'm on Everest. The blizzard just came out of nowhere. I can't see anything. It's freezing and we're stuck up.
Well, once again, being poor and lazy saves my life.
Yes, hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Now, listening to how the whites are talking about this entire situation, you'll get to understand that they are realizing that some whites have some entitlement that shouldn't be the case, because they are asking themselves, why on earth would you go to a place that is quite dangerous and you even know it by yourself? What are you going to achieve? And for me, I believe that, I guess this is a point of departure where whites have decided to really bring some sense into what they're going through. Because we've looked at many times and known that when blacks are going through some challenges, the government will not come and start helping them. But then when it is whites, you see these people are rescued. So this tells you how entitlement has crept into American psyche, and most whites feel like this is the best way they should relate with one another. One of the reasons why most whites have been responding quite negatively to this group of whites who went to hike at Mount Everest is the perceived entitlement to risk. Most whites viewed the nearly 1,000 trekkers trapped by the blizzard on Everest's Tibetan side as embodying a reckless entitlement. These predominantly Western adventurers, often wealthy and thrill seekers, ignore clear weather warnings to chase personal glory during China's National Day holiday, stranding themselves at over 4,900 meters. This self-inflicted peril highlighted a disconnect from practical caution, frustrating others who saw it as avoidable hubris rather than heroic exploration. Another reason is resource drain on rescue efforts. Most whites were looking at it and they were seeing that this is a waste of resources, because the people who go to such kind of hikes are fairly wealthy, and therefore they need to come and have that cost incurred on them instead of depending on taxpayers to come and help them from a hike that they themselves chose to pursue. The massive rescue operation, involving hundreds of local Tibetan villagers and Chinese teams to clear snow-blocked roads, diverted critical resources from genuine emergencies, with temperatures plunging below freezing and cases of hypothermia reported. The operation strained high-altitude logistics in a remote region. Many whites back home felt unamused by the financial and human toll questioning why taxpayers and locals should foot the bill for tourists' poor decisions. The incident reinforced an flattered stereotype of whites as privileged outsiders invading sensitive cultural sites like Everest's Kangshun's Face. As most foreign trekkers overwhelmed the Karma village campsites, it echoed colonial-era exploits, alienating those who prioritize environmental and indigenous respect. Social media reactions, including viral videos from other communities, amplified the embarrassment, making many whites cringe at the global optics of yet another white people problem. Endless news cycles fixating on the drama-huddled groups in cramped tents, dramatic evacuations granted on whites tired of disproportionate coverage compared to underreported crises elsewhere. Outlets like Reuters and NBC detailed every hypothermia scare, while similar Himalayan disasters affecting locals get scant attention. This imbalance felt like virtue signaling gone awry, leaving most whites dismissive of the hype and eager for the stay to fade. Ultimately, the entrapment symbolized a deeper irony in white cultural narratives of mastery over nature, exposed as folly amid climate volatility. With no deaths but plenty of discomfort, it underscored how such pursuits yield little beyond memes and mild peril. Most whites grounded in everyday realities found no amusement in the spectacle, only a wary reminder that not every summit chase deserves a celebration of sympathy. And this really tells you that even whites themselves, they know that there is a sense of entitlement that whites have, and that really makes them always call for help whenever they are needy. But this kind of entitlement can never be found with other communities because they will never get it. Look at how the media has had a biased reporting of the disaster. Yet when similar disasters happen on other areas, you find that they get little to no reports. So this has exposed a lot of ways through which whites feel entitled, and even the media has been propping them up for this entitlement. Share your thoughts down in the comment section, and if you're watching us for the first time, please remember to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share. Thank you, and let's meet on the next one.